Friends, it's time to take a look back and see just how far we've come on our off-grid homestead.
Welcome to the 2025 yearly recap.
This officially marks the 5th year on our off-grid homestead, and I'm pretty proud of us this year because usually at the end of these recaps, we're like, next year we're going to work on the house, and then we get sidetracked.
Yeah, with like a dome or a guest room or a bathroom.
Yes, or a goat barn.
Yep.
But this year, I'm proud of us because we set aside all that noise and we worked on the house. We really went all in on the house this year. We hit some huge milestones. We're going to get to that in a minute. Our mantra over the years has been, if you just keep showing up a little bit every day, eventually you'll get a bunch of stuff done.
And I think 2025 proved that over and over again.
And I think adding to that, the last few years we've been incorporating community into that. And the big one this year, learning to ask for help.
That was a hard one.
It was a hard one, but it made a huge difference.
And we want to say a special thank you for all of you who have watched, shared, and commented on our videos over the last 5 years. You're really what helps keep us motivated. You saw that we were stalling out with the bag work at the house, and you sent encouraging words, and it was very helpful. Yeah.
And also, we got to give a shout out to our tiny, shiny homies. Now, these are the people that financially support us every month, which is becoming more and more necessary as YouTube gets weirder and more volatile and doesn't seem to show our videos to people that are even subscribed anymore. Anyway, their steady support is what makes us be able to keep making these videos for you. And if you don't know, Tiny Shiny Homies is just a membership area. You get to watch videos early. They get behind the scenes updates every weekend, get stickers, get your names at the ends of videos, depending on the plan you choose. And we've also been uploading our videos ad-free and sponsor-free because, let's face it, all these social media companies are just putting more and more ads in everything, and sometimes it's exhausting. So this is a safe, quiet place where you can watch our stuff without all that noise.
Hey, do you want to get to our 2025 recap?
I do. Let's do it. So how did 2025 start for us?
Well, if you remember, all the way back, we were finishing course 10 and setting the window forms in all the bedroom walls.
Yeah, the crazy amount of windows that looked, everybody started calling it window hinge.
Or door hinge.
Door hinge. Or it doesn't look like that anymore, but at the time, it looked crazy to see all those forms in, and it was a really big milestone because we were finally getting up to that point where the bags were going to start getting shorter and shorter because we were laying in between all those forms.
Yeah. This was a big milestone for us, and we were so excited. But now looking at what we accomplished in 2025, it's hard to believe that we went from course 10 to 30 in 1 year.
I'm pretty proud of us. We really delivered on that promise of staying focused on the house. So go us. But there's lots to talk about, right? There were lots of little milestones that happened along the way, so we're going to talk about those real quick. So we started out the year talking about frost-free hydrants. Very exciting, I know.
It's super exciting. We went with a company that we know is going to work really well for our house, so we're very excited to install those hopefully this year. Who knows?
Yeah. They're called Aquar, and they're made out of stainless steel, so they're a little better insulated, and they have that shut-off way far back in the wall, which is really important. And the biggest thing is they make a hot and cold mixing hydrant. You plug it in and water comes out and you can change the hot and the cold, but then you can take it out and it will drain. And so that's going to allow us to do outdoor shower, outdoor kitchen, these really cool systems that will be outside and hopefully they won't freeze.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about them in the winter time, which is a big bonus.
Right. We're always thinking ahead about how are we going to design this house so that there's as few chances for things to break as possible. And this was one of those things.
Yeah.
After that, I think we reached the height where we needed to get the scaffolding out.
Yeah, I remember being real excited about that, which is funny because I hate scaffolding. But I remember being excited to be at that point where we needed it.
Right. And obviously, as the year went on, the whole scaffolding situation got way more complicated. And we'll get to that. But it felt like, oh, we're out of the ground. Like, we're not digging around in the dirt anymore. We're actually making walls. And so that was a pretty exciting milestone.
And now, after we installed all those windows and we got up a few courses, I was like, what would be really cool in between these windows is bottle bricks.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about that because we've installed these little areas to put bottle bricks and create just another unique way that light can pass through this house. And I can't wait to get to that part. It'll happen in 2026, I know.
Yeah, and I think, they're functional, but also this is an opportunity to really bring the art into the design of the house that you've been thinking a lot about. And so, again, it's been a really long time. You can go watch all of these videos that we're talking about, but you actually walk through the whole house and you explained, this bottle brick is for this one is for this is how the light's going to come through. It's like you thought about it a lot. It's pretty cool.
I think about bottle bricks a whole lot.
While
maybe too much.
You dream about bottle bricks?
Sometimes. Now, another very cool design feature that I'm very excited about and I'm nervous about it actually working the way I want it to is the doorbell or the gong.
Right. Yeah, there's that big metal circle right near the front door, and everybody's like, well, what is that for? Mm-hmm. Well, she wants to put a gong there and have people gong it when they come in.
Gong it?
And announce themselves. Yes, gong it.
Well, here's the problem with that. So I've been researching, and it looks like you can't hang a gong with metal. And anything other than metal is going to just disintegrate.
Deteriorate.
So we're going to have to figure out how we can incorporate a gong and have it hung with metal in a successful way. So
TBD, that's still the plan. We just haven't figured out how to do it yet. Worst case scenario, it becomes more bottle bricks, right? Not a best case scenario.
I need it to be a doorbell of some sort. Okay. I have a backup plan if my original gong plan doesn't work. So we'll see.
Then we moved on to light switches, which is something we hadn't really had to think about too much in any of our other Earthbag buildings because I think the solar shed only had one.
Yeah. Can we talk about how this is our biggest disagreement?
Ashley really doesn't want to see any...
I don't want to see any light switch plates. I don't even want to see outlets. But the reality is I'm probably going to have to see outlets, but I don't have to see...
Are we still talking about your pull switches?
Yeah. Oh, guys, wouldn't it be so cool when you enter a room and instead of hitting a light switch, you just pull a chain and the lights come on? Yes, it would be really cool.
Anyway, we planned for light switches because, houses have light switches.
They don't have to.
And, but the tricky part is you got to put them in a certain height and then that wire has to get all the way down into it from up in the ceiling.
Or it doesn't.
We designed this whole system where we're using 12-inch bags behind it to kind of fill in that space. A piece of conduit that's going to go up to the ceiling because the electric wire will fall down through. And the other thing is we had to actually plan all of our circuits, right? We had to plan how many switches would be in each box, what they would control. Number 1, overhead lights. Number 2, the vent fan, because we want to make sure when we're getting showers that we're venting all that moist air out. I said moist, sorry. We had to make a lot of decisions.
If we didn't put those light switch plates in, we could have saved a lot of money there too.
Well, the boxes were pretty cheap.
Well, they're not really. Yeah. And then all that wire.
Can you imagine though if you had 5 ropes hanging down and you had to remember which rope was...
5. No, I have a plan. You don't need that many. And it's beautiful. I just wish you could understand my plan.
Anyway, we designed light switches. And
some of us aren't excited about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Then we brought my dad out for some more design problems. Well, we were just trying to figure out how exactly this roof is going to work.
The roof might be the most complicated. If you thought the Earthbag part was complicated, wait till you see the roof, because
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have big ideas of it being circular, and it poses a problem when you have a 40-foot stretch.
Yeah, we got long distances. It's shaped irregularly. We want to build it mostly out of metal instead of wood so that it's more fireproof. So anyway, he came out, he built a little model. We talked through a bunch of stuff. We made a bunch of plans, and while we didn't get super deep into the details, it definitely helped us feel better about moving forward on the walls, knowing that we had a pretty good plan for the roof.
Decent plan.
Yeah.
Another big milestone on the house that we were so looking forward to is putting the 11-foot kitchen window in. And then we did, and then we hated it.
Well, we didn't hate it. We were worried.
Something was wrong.
Family meeting. How big is our window?
Too big.
Too big. We were worried it was too tall.
Yeah, there was this, when we set it in, we all just stood back and went.
It felt like when you go to a movie theater and you get sat on the front row. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It was like this. It didn't feel right.
So we did some more calculations, and it turns out we were just one bag too high. So we really just needed to take that bag off and drop the window down. We also shortened the window by a foot, and that helped so much. Yeah. So even though it's not as big as we had planned, I think what we've ended up with is the perfect size for that space.
Yeah, and it really frames the mountains, you get a really nice view. But the most interesting part of that was just how difficult it was to move that one little section of Earthbag.
2, 3. Oh my gosh, we did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took all 6 of us to lift and push after we had shot. It was only, this big.
We worked on that for a couple hours.
Yeah, and we pushed it out, and it was kind of cool to do it, but it just a good reminder to respect these walls. Mm-hmm. They are very heavy. Mm-hmm. Make sure they're plumb. Make sure you're laying them right, because
you don't want that to fall on.
Really get hurt if the walls failed. Yeah. So now the previous year we had built the legendary goat barn container, and we had put a solar system in it, and it took me 6 or 8 months to finally get back and sort of piece all that information together and put together a wiring diagram and a video detailing that full nerdy build out. So that video came out. Right after that, we had to get ready for some special visitors.
Yes, this is very exciting. We had Hayden and Millie coming all the way from Australia.
Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome back to the Roundhouse.
They were here to help us get a ton of work done on the bags, but also help us with a project in Utah, which we'll get to in a minute.
Right.
But before they could get here, we needed a place for them to stay.
Right, and so that kicked off this whole other. I guess we did get a little sidetracked with the container.
Not too long.
So we had the goat barn container. We poured a pad to the back of it. We put in a 20-foot container, and then we cut all the doors and window. We did it all ourselves.
Uh-huh.
I was really proud of us, and we got that set up as a little guest room for Hayden.
What the hell? Oh my god.
Eventually that will turn into another container and a roof and a garage and a whole thing. That's
workshop.
What's container shop. But we kept it really simple. We knocked it out in a really short, crazy amount of time because
1 week.
They were showing up and we had to get it done.
But also this did serve another very important purpose, because we've always had a storage unit in town. With this 20-foot container, half of it is going to have all of our stuff from that storage unit here on our property, where we have total control of everything.
Everything is multi-use, guys.
Yeah.
That's what we've learned. Everything's multi-use. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that project will continue later, but for now, let's talk about Hayden and Millie were here, and they helped us lay a ton of Earthbags on the house, and even at the end of their stay, we did a smash bag weekend, and we invited all of our friends who had been to previous workshops to just come out for a couple of days, and we got a bunch of work done on the house. I can't remember what layer we got up to, though.
18.
It was 18?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a bunch of people here, and it was so much fun. And I feel like that was the beginning of our learning to ask for help.
Yeah, for sure.
It was really good. Just having that community that we built over the years where they're like, yeah, we'll come out for a couple of days and help you lay some bags. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's very cool. So after Hayden and Millie helped us get to course 18, it was time for us to make the trip all the way up to Kanab with them. That was so fun. I don't think we've ever done a road trip with friends.
We made it! You guys
longest drive ever.
12 and a half hours?
Yeah.
I made it. And it was really fun.
Well, yeah, because, they're from Australia.
Yeah.
So even just taking them to like an Olive Garden. They were like, this is amazing.
That was a very fun night.
That was a good experience.
Yeah. So anyway, we drove all the way up to Kanab, Utah to our friend Eric's place where we have planned a double dome workshop extravaganza with not only us and Hayden and Millie, but also the Mojave Center.
Right. So basically 3 Earthbag instructors building 2 domes in a connecting hallway. And then we led a hyperadobe bench project, which eventually made us jealous and we made our own here. More on that in a minute. But yeah, like it was such an incredible 2 weeks. Kanab is beautiful. Like the community there was just amazing.
We had a lot of really cool people show up for this workshop.
Yeah.
And it was just like that reminder that if you put good out there, good comes back. And it was such a great 2 weeks.
It was amazing. So, I mean, by the time it was all said and done, we had definitely taken about a month off from the house. But by the time we traveled up there and then we came back and sort of recuperated. And so finally after that, this was probably around May or June, we finally got back to the house. Of course, it was miserable. Mm-hmm. It was so hot.
Welcome back to the hyperadobe Roundhouse.
It's been a minute, but we kept trucking.
We had to do it.
We kept going, and we kept laying those bags.
Yeah, even if it was just for an hour or 2 a day, typically we want to get 3 or 4 hours in, but even if we could only do it for an hour, we were out there making it happen.
Right around that time, we were getting a little sidetracked back out at the container. Remember, we had converted it for Hayden, but we really wanted to turn it into a more permanent room for Jett, and so we had to frame it and insulate it and run electrical and put the walls on and get it furnished. So that happened all throughout June and finally got Jett moved in there in the middle of the summer. So we kept laying bags and eventually got up to lintel level, which is, the headers or beams that need to go over the tops of all the doors and the windows to support as we keep laying the bags over top.
This was another huge milestone and one that we were looking forward to. And it did take a long time to make all those lintels.
I mean, I think we were on course 20 for about 3 months.
It was 3 months.
Because we were building the lintels and then placing them and then leveling them and locking them into place.
Yeah, it was
and
a
then
lot.
Laying the course 21.
And 21 and a half.
And 21 and a half because the lintels were taller than the bag height. So we had like these little sections left. And I felt like we were just like fudging around that whole thing for months and months. And that's when we ran out of steam.
Yeah, we got really discouraged like right as soon as those lintels went in because we looked at how long it took us to get to course 21 and to finish course 21. And we were like, we're not going to get this done if we don't ask for help.
Well, yeah, it was like we still had so many layers and it was getting so tall and the scaffolding was becoming a real problem.
Also, kids got jobs, which is great for them, not great for us.
So it was getting really difficult. We were getting really discouraged. And so we came up with this crazy idea called the Roundhouse Rumble. But before we get into the Rumble, let's back up a little bit because a few things happened in sort of the fall of 2025. The first is that we finally took everything we learned from building a bunch of pump houses and made like a definitive pump house video. We had a really old one from when we first moved out here. It was not very up to date. So we put that out. That was a super big help for people. And then we did a Berm and Swale update because we had an incredible monsoon year.
Yeah, I think I was talking to a neighbor and it was over 13 inches this year, which is really good.
Yeah. And so our trees grew crazy tall. The swale was filled with grass. Like it just felt like after working really hard and not making a ton of progress on the Berm and Swale over the last few years, this is the year it felt like it finally started to take off. So that was pretty exciting.
Now, you remember when we went to Kanab and we built this beautiful bench for Eric? The whole time I was home after that, I was like, we need a bench. We have a lot of people here often. We need a place for people to sit. So we made a bench.
Well, not just that, like even just talking to people, like a lot of people wanted to learn how to do earthbag and natural building, but not everybody
wants to build a huge house.
Wants to build a big house, right? And so a bench and like planters and like retaining walls, like those are perfect things to use hyperadobe earthbags for. Mm-hmm. but no one was really teaching that. So we put together a little workshop. It was going to be 2, and then we had this crazy weather thing, and it all smashed into 1. So we had this awesome 2-day weekend where we built the rest of the bench. We plastered a lot of it, and we built a bunch of little planters. And that was really great. Like, we got a whole different group of people here who could like take this stuff and go back and do it at their place without having to get permits or, like you said, commit to some huge, crazy house building project.
Yeah, this is a great way to show that like you can use the hyperadobe for smaller projects. So
yeah,
I was very happy with that.
It was good, but I think even with all that good happening, we still got burned out because we tried to come back to the house and we're like, oh, the house.
We still have more to do.
And so the Rumble idea was born. We needed a better way to get up higher, so we ended up renting an articulating boom lift, and we opened up the property here for an entire month for people to stay here and eat here and lay bags every afternoon.
It sounds crazy when you think about it, an entire month of having people here and cooking for them and planning and scheduling and getting materials here.
And it's not like we were just watching them do that work.
No.
Like, we were doing all that work with them every single day. And so
recording the entire process.
Recording it all.
We made a lot of great friends. I'm very excited for that community. Every time you have a long workshop, like at least a week, 2 is even better.
You make lifelong friends.
Lifelong. That's where Hayden Millie came from.
Yeah. And so it was a crazy idea. It was insane, but it actually worked because we finished the Earthbag wall. We went from course 21 all the way up to course 30 on the tallest wall. I can't believe. And we did it. We got it done a day early.
Yeah.
It was like it was going to be 28 days. Yeah. We got done on day 27. And I think we even took a day off.
We took a day off for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like somehow we managed to get it all done, which was just it was an incredible way to cap off 2025.
Yeah, that was a big moment and one that I will not forget.
Yeah. Yeah, so 2025 was definitely a year. Holy moly.
Yeah, we got a lot done in 2025.
Yeah, we keep doing these recaps because, number one, it's fun for you to watch and sort of catch up on everything we've done because we put out a lot of videos and we know not everybody can watch everything. But also, it's important for us to like take a step back and see what we actually got done throughout the course of the year.
Especially when you're like so in the middle of the projects, like, you know, we're doing the same things day after day. You just feel like you're not making any progress. So being able to look back and see, we went from here to here in 1 year. So.
And we did a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
We built 2 domes. We built the whole container thing. Like, we got a lot done.
Yeah.
Just showing up every day.
So every year we try to think back about what was the biggest lesson we learned in that year.
Right.
And 25 was really important that we started asking for help.
Yeah, we definitely got more comfortable with it. We've asked for help before, but this was like the biggest ask we've ever done. And I think it's becoming more and more clear to us, especially the scale of the Roundhouse project. There are certain critical points in a project where you need more hands, you need your community, you need friends, you need expertise of others to get you through those like certain parts and like maximize your chance for success. Like, we love being self-reliant, but there are points where you need help.
And something else that we don't talk about very often and definitely don't video is like going to help other people in the community. So we are part of this group called the Barn Raisers out here, and each month we pick like different people's homesteads to go and help out with a big project.
Right, because everybody has those critical points in their project. And it's important that if we're asking for help, like we don't just want to ask for help all the time. We want to make sure that we're investing back into our community.
Yeah.
And so that when we make that call, people are more than happy to show up, right?
Yeah. But also it's just really nice to go work on somebody else's project and kind of put yours on the back burner for a little bit.
That can be a really big invigorator for what you're doing, is just to go help somebody else. It's amazing.
It's weird how that works.
Golden rule still applies.
Don't get in your head, ain't no sense. You know I'm not going nowhere. I say it again, if you want. You know I'm not going nowhere. And if you can't remember.
So what's next for 2026?
It sounds weird to say 26.
It does.
We're going to keep the momentum going on the Roundhouse. We're going to try again this year to not get sidetracked with too many other projects and just really focus on all the parts that need to get done.
Right. And so 2024 was all about like convenience upgrades. We added the Wi-Fi mesh, the gate opener. We put in a washer and a dryer and a bathroom, and like tried to remove as many of those things that would keep us from being focused as possible. And then 2025 was all about getting the walls done on the house, because it was a huge labor intensive part of the build. And now that we're done with that, like you said, we really get to start moving towards these next big milestones. Mm-hmm. Some of them are even more complicated. There's so much research involved, so much planning. Mm-hmm. But I think just to give you a little sneak peek, like the next big things we're going to be working on will be the bond beam.
Yep.
That's already in process. Then assembling the roof, then pouring the floor. And then once that's done,
getting it closed in.
And we can start building the walls inside, running utility, like doing all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know how far we're going to get on all that this year, because all that stuff is pretty expensive and the price of everything is crazy. And, we're going to take it bit by bit as fast as we can. Also, we do need to build a small utility building, but it's for the house, so it doesn't count as getting sidetracked.
No, it's definitely necessary for the house to continue.
Right, but what's cool about it is that we're planning a workshop around it, building with a new kind of alternative building material, well, new to us, that's not really very well known. I think it's going to be a really cool little project. When we get to that, there will be a workshop in the spring, which we'll talk more about later. And speaking of events, what else do we have going on?
Well, we always have a meet and greet in the spring, right?
We do, and we're coming up with a class in the winter to talk about earthbag safety and design. So keep an eye out for those events. We'll be announcing more details about that stuff soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. But for now, we have a lot of work to do.
We do.
So we're going to get back to it.
Yes. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed so that you can keep track of what we're doing in 2026. It's going to be a very big year.
It is. Until next time, friends.
We'll see you then.
And if you can't remember, I'll be there to tell you that I'll be patient, babe. Even if I wanted to, I can't ignore you, can't ignore you. Take your time, don't waste it. I'll be waiting for you, writing for you. You're all I need and you know it. So baby, don't be scared to show it. Take your time, don't waste it. I'll be waiting for you, waiting for you. You had a couple letters run away, and I know that you're ready for someone who can take it up. Let me take that pressure off you, babe. I'll always be here at the end of the day. And if you can't remember, I'll be there to tell you that I'll be patient, babe. Even if I wanted to, I can't ignore you, can't ignore you. Take your time, don't waste it. I'll be waiting for you, writing for you. You're all I need and you know it. So baby, don't be scared to show